Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderfall Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today, we have gotten another preview show last night, so that was the preview for the Dominion celebration, and it showed us a bunch more models for the Stormcast Eternals and Kruleboyz sub-part of the Orruk Warclans faction. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through it all, have a little bit of a recap, give you my thoughts, let's talk about it all, and of course, I'd love to hear all your thoughts on everything we saw last night. Now, I will mention before this started as well, you can go back and watch on Twitch Warhammer's actual live stream if you would like to do so, and in fact, I think it's actually really good that you go and do so. Before the preview this time, they actually got a bunch of models that people had painted up from Dominion and showed off some amazing painters' works before the actual preview. I thought this was a really nice thing to do. It was causing all this awesome hobby done by various different painters from around the community, and I'd like to see more of that. Like, this is really great, like, to sort of show off all this pre-release content and then actually use that in your own preview was really nice. I actually liked seeing all the painted models in the little hobby hangout and chat beforehand. It was really cool. But onto the actual preview now. Let's have a look at exactly what we got. So, first of all, new battle tomes. I mean, this surprised absolutely no one that we're getting some brand new battle tomes here. Which is really, really cool. So first of all, you're going to see the Stormcast Eternals battle tome there with the Annihilator on the front, versing Chaos Warriors too, which is really cool. This is just an awesome looking cover. This is probably my favourite Stormcast cover to date, which is probably not all that hard. They've had some rather generic looking covers, but I really like this way they're doing like the army book covers now, on how they're sort of having like the focused mini in the center, but then having like all these other minis thrown together in the background. It's a really cool look to a bunch of army books. It really looks nice. I really do like this style of army book that they're currently doing. And then we've got the Orruk Warclans book. And now, I know some people are going to go, oh, well, why isn't it Kruleboyz? Well, from the initial start, like, there seems to be a lot of thought that people thought that Kruleboyz were getting their own book. They were never stated as ever getting their own book. Right from the get-go, they were talked about being part of the Orruk Warclans, just a new part of that particular army, which is cool. So I'll be really interested to see what else we see from this. This, of course, is going to give updated rules to the Ironjaws, Bone Splitters, and Big War, as well as full rules for the Kruleboyz as a standalone faction. Orruk Warclans is an amazing book. I really do like how they've compiled it all into like this one singular allegiance, and how the book sort of takes all these models, gives you 4 different ways, and then sub-factions on top. I hope to see that continue, and I hope we get more ways to play this particular army like that. It's one of the best battle tomes currently, I think, for just giving you a variety of ways to play with different models and bringing you that access of being able to chop and change and move into different armies within a book without having to buy a brand new collection. So there is one thing I want to point out here with the Orruk Warclans book, though. You can see on the left-hand side, just near Orruk in the spine, you've got this weird spiked tail winged creature. Now, there was the rumours that we were going to see some like scorpion-tailed bat-like creature called a Sky Ripper, apparently. So maybe this creature here is actually that Sky Ripper we haven't seen, because a lot of the other rumours, well, we'll find out as we go through, actually prove to be a little bit true. Now, first of all, we get the Stormcast, so let's have a look. For starters, this is an amazing model. This is the Lord Commander of the Hammers of Sigma, Bastian Cathalos, something like that. And man, is he a sweet miniature. I really love the eyes they've done on him, like the Stormborn eyes, and how they glow with just this power. It looks really cool. I like his pose, just the open, like, I am going to absolutely smash everything in my way pose. It's a really cool mini. The base is nice as well. I like how he's standing on like a nice flat piece of texture, but then he's got all these different sort of layers to his base. He's got skulls, he's got the little brazier with smoke. His hammer looks really cool. pauldron. I like the halo on him, and his head is really, really cool. And worth noting too, I really do like that Games Workshop is embracing diversity in the miniatures here, and that we are getting like a named person of color as like the leader for a Stormcast Eternal. So that's a really cool thing to have in the army. In a game that is pushing further and further on those bounds of having, you know, female main characters and people of color, and even in Soulbound where we've got non-binary characters and stuff like that. It's really cool to see, and I'm really happy to see that this model exists in that particular sense as well, as much as he is just an absolute badass of a model. So we've got a few different parts you can do. If you're not a favour of your Stormcast having bare heads, you have the cool helmet here with like the beard. I really like these sort of sculpted beards. It shows that like they're tying in that narrative that Grungy is now helping Sigmar perfect the Stormcast Eternals process. You've also got this two-handed version of the hammer where he's holding it two-handed. Personally, I like the one-handed open version. I think it looks more menacing. I think he just looks like more imposing as he's striding towards you. Just absolutely does not give a damn about anything in his way. He is coming to get you. But really, really sweet mini. And then we go on to the Night Relictor. Now, this is really interesting because we've now seen like the Night Judicator, we've seen the Night Arcanum, and for me, now we've seen a Night Relictor. This is a Lord character that we have access to already. For me, this is probably the least favourite Stormcast miniature I've seen so far. It's sort of cool. I'm not too keen on like his little weird sensor thing he's got here with the skull, or his little toolbox on his fanny pack here. The mace is cool though, I will say that. I really do like his mace, and his head is very reminiscent of Balthazar Gelt. He's an okay mini. He's probably my least favourite of all the new Stormcast I've seen, but I like that we're seeing like this world building here, and how you've got like, you know, general sort of troop, knight variation, and then lord variation of that troop. It shows that there can be progress between like the ranks, and for stuff like Age of Sigmar Soulbound, it's going to be really interesting to sort of see characters progress through ranks and stuff like that. Then we're going to get a look at our first unit, and these are the Vanquishers. This is our other unit of sort of main battle line troops. They wield these two-handed swords instead of the spear and shield that we have on the other unit that we're getting inside the box. And once again, if you look here as well, we've got the sculpted beards on some of them, but the heads, the bare heads on these Stormcast miniatures have been absolutely amazing. Just amazing. I really do like the design of the Stormcast banners as well. They remind me very much of the Wood Elf banners that I've just painted up in my Wanderers army, actually. They have this sort of same design of banner with a little like tassel bit at the end, and then, you know, like sort of square with like a long elongated part at the end. And then yeah, you've got like these really cool like features on the heads. They really look unique. I really do like all the different posing, and like how all of it is actually like quite correct in how it's posed. These are very different sort of poses you would see on swordsmen. This guy here is really awesome. I really like the he reminds, like, that head could go straight onto, you know, like some sort of Free Guild general or something like that. And the female head up top. So once again, we are getting like a mixture of female and male sculpts. Cool again. And the head here is awesome. There's just so many cool pieces to these kits. I really do like the Vanquishers. They look really nice. We then go into a new shooting unit. Some actual archers called Vigilores. These are sweet. I'm a massive fan of the Vigilores. I think these might be my favourite. These are battle line if, and we can probably assume the if is probably if you've got, you know, a Night Judicator as your hero. Once again, just amazing looking faces. And bare heads, really outdoing themselves with these. I like the half sort of cloaks on them as well. Is really nice, very like Greco-Roman style. This head here is really cool with like the Gaelic sort of Irish circlet on a head with like the sort of I'd say almost like the Sister Battle, the nun style haircut is really cool. And then just once again, the more beards on like the helmets is cool for the male models. And then another great like female head here as well. They're just really cool, the Vigilores. And lastly, we get a look at Annihilators, which is sweet to see that we've got a two-handed variation here of them. But I guess the most important thing is that there are 3 model units. So that's really cool. This means, unlike, the previous starter sets for Age of Sigmar, we're actually going to have full-size units in there. And I'll say as well, we've got a bear motif on the chest of this model as well. Another sort of thing we haven't actually seen much. Normally it's like lions and hawks and eagles that we see the motifs of on the Stormcast armor, but this time we're getting a bear, so that's pretty cool. Really nice sort of design on there. Bear heads are amazing once more. A lot of emotion and character shown in the heads of them. And these effectively are more damage dealing variation of Annihilators, where the shield ones have the 2-up save. These units, they were talked about only having a 3-up save rather than the 2-up, but they do a lot more damage. And then we go looking into the Cruel Boys. And before I do as well, I'll mention as well, unlike the previous release for a starter faction, all the models above were mentioned to be multi-part kits, or full proper kits, not any easy to build, stick together with pin models. What do we call them? The models that don't need glue. Push fit, that's the word I'm looking for. But anyway, let's go down and look. So first of all, we've got Swamp Boss Scumdrake. Now this is a named character variation, and this is what I was talking about with those rumors about the Sky Ripper up on the army book, is that this is the model we were getting taught about, the Sludge Raker Beast, which is like some giant alligator thing. So I'm a big fan of this mini. I think this is cool. I like that Age of Sigmar continues to go with these weird, wondrous, and wacky creatures just going out there and creating their own thing is awesome. So he's a named character variation. This model just has so much going on. It's not funny. It's a really interesting looking model. It just looks creepy. This for me I don't know. I think of Labyrinth or Dark Crystal and all the weird and wondrous stuff. This is what this is sort of starting to make me think of when I see the Cruel Boys now. We then, of course, have the generic variation. Now, this kit was talked about being a dual kit between the two. So this is the sort of non-named character. And this is called a Snatcher Boss. I do like the closed mouth head the best. I think it's the coolest head of any of them. And then down from that, we go on to this weird thing. Poor Dobby here. The Marsh Crawler Slogoth. I'm assuming they're trying to make a sloth sort of creature, a sloth troll thing. And these are grots on the back of it. So what's interesting about that is this is probably not all that big. It's probably on a larger cavalry base, and you're probably going to be able to take units of them, which is cool. I hope we can anyway. And you've got all these different grots on there, and the grots just have great little facial expressions all over them. Like the perfect sort of really pointy chin, the big pointy nose, what appears to be a vampire's head and hands on the top here, or just some swamp poisoned models. And this is really cool. You've got nets on top as well, which is nice, and a whole bunch of gold coins, it looks like, as well, that they've stolen from somewhere. And then we get looking at Gut Rippers. This is a generic sort of kit that you're going to have the spear options too, but this is the other option of weapons. You've got the hand weapon shield variation of the Gut Rippers here. Really cool models. I really dig that model there. The one with the cowl over his face is really cool. That head is really nice. I'm assuming the 2 weapon wielding one here is the boss. We've got a Hornblower and we've got a Banner Bearer. It's good to see full commands coming back. I'm a big fan of this. Like seeing musicians and Banner Bearers coming back into Age of Sigmar is nice. They add so much to the battlefield. I think units with banners in them just look better and just give you so much more opportunity to do cool things with. We then get the, what are they called? The Manskewer Bolt Boys units. And we get a boss in this unit. This dude is just awesome. His open sort of jacket here, showing the scars on his chest. The cranking back his giant Manskewer bolt thrower is awesome. Really, really dig these minis. And once again, all these kits are multi-part plastic kits, so they're not going to be push fit like the current sort of starter age, the Sigmar models. Now, Interesting, they talk about a few things at the end of this as well. So first of all, they start talking about there will be more kits for both these armies to come out. I'll be interested to see as well if with Orc War Clans it is only Kruleboyz that we see. Maybe there might be some non-Kruleboyz Orcs coming. Who knows? That's just a thought. But also we get told that these books are going to be pre-order in August. One would assume maybe the last week of July they're going to go on order and come out the first weekend of August, which would be nice. Or maybe, straight away in August. I believe there's like a weekend on like the 3rd, 4th or something like that in August. So maybe that will be the pre-order weekend, but they're going to be available in August. And then you'll have a battle tome to follow them in October, something a little more chaos flavored. So we've got a chaos and battle tome coming in October. I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think that chaos battle tome would be. Now, logic says it might be Nurgle because they are quite behind. But also, I think with how we're playing in the Realm of Beasts, I think Beasts of Chaos really fit the narrative of having a main pushed sort of Chaos faction within the Mortal Realms at the moment. So I'd like to see a new Beasts of Chaos book. Plus, I love Beasts of Chaos. What army do you think for Chaos we might see? I'd love to hear in the comments below. And what did you think of all the new Kruleboyz and Stormcast we've seen so far? Let us know all your opinions and thoughts on what you think we might see in the future for both Kruleboyz and Stormcast, and also what Chaos faction you think we'll see in the comments below. Well, thank you all for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, while you're at it, why not come chat more with us on Discord? We've got a link in the description of the video below to our Discord server. You can come chat with me and other members of our fine little community here at Cinderfall Gaming. Lastly, we'd like to give a shout out to everyone who helps support the channel in various different ways. First of all, to our Patreon members, Christian Weir, James Soren, Chaos Spawn, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Outer and Shot First, James Crowder, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, Tim Newman, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, MJ, and Dyna226. Thank you to, as well, our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Fire Titan, Steve T, The Real Zeok, Chris Wallace, Turriot12, Vinny, and Loch Lorick. And a special thanks to our artist who does all the channel art for us, Lady Witchfox Art, thank you very much. And to our Discord moderator, Xmorphic, you do a fantastic job on Discord for us as well. Thank you all, everyone, for watching. If you'd like to help support on Patreon or YouTube member or help support the channel in another way, you can do so by following one of the links in the description of the video to Patreon or YouTube members, or go buy some Cinderfall Gaming merch from our Teespring store, also linked in the video's description. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you again. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.